Mike, check. Justin Hunt. It's all happening. Thanking everybody rocking with the channel. Thanking everybody subscribing through the channel. Share the video, share the link. It's priceless. Big thank you to everyone who's donated. If you'd like to donate, hit the Cash App right up there, or you hit the link in the description to become a member. That's the best way to support this channel. You get videos early. You get custom emojis. You get a couple of other surprises. Also, got a Discord. Everybody should join the Discord. I promise I'll put the link in the description today for the Discord. I haven't been doing that. Also, today's my birthday. Happy birthday to me. 9-second applause. Word up. Big thank you to everyone who's wishing me a happy birthday on social. It's another day around the sun, another year around the sun. You know, my birthdays end up being a lot of rest and reflection, mostly. I look at it as my own personal new year. I'm not one necessarily to turn up on a regular on my birthday. I've taken a couple of years, had a good time. But really it's for me to prepare my mind for all the goals that I have for the following 365. And so I think everybody's going to be really excited with a few announcements I'm going to make here soon. But those are all things that have been on my vision board and things I've been working towards. And so thank you, all of you, again, for all the support, all the well wishes, and just being a part of this community with what we're doing over here. Now, you know what day it is. It's Tuesday. You know what day it is. Chart report. Chart report. Every Tuesday, chart report. 1-second applause for chart report. All right, so there's some big albums that we've been waiting to see on the charts this week. We'll take a look at the albums chart at the end, as we always start with the Billboard Hot 100. But back at number one, Ordinary, Alex Warren. Last week, number 2, jumps back to number 1. 1-second applause to Alex Warren. This is probably the closest thing to a song of the summer, even though it doesn't feel like a song of the summer. But Alex Warren, we're big fans of Alex Warren over here, and big fans of this song, Ordinary. We've been talking about it for a long time. So 1-second applause to Alex Warren again. Number 2, fall into number 2, last week's number 1, Hunte, EJ, Audrey Nuna, and Ray Ami, their song Golden. 1-second applause. This is from K-Pop Demon Hunter. K-Pop Demon Hunters is all over this soundtrack. I found out some new things about K-Pop Demon Hunters. They're actually taking this movie to a select theater release. That's how popular this movie is, and that's how popular this music is, because you're going to see 5-6 songs on the charts this week, as you have in previous weeks, from this movie, and you're going to see how it's dominating the top 10. So 1-second applause to Golden and K-Pop Demon Hunters. Number 3, What I Want, Ilyuk Gross featuring Tate McRae. Number 4, Your Idol, Soulja Boys, Andrew Choi, Neckwave, Danny Chung, Kevin Wu, and Samuel Lee. Again, this is from K-Pop Demon Hunters. Last week, number 8, Peak Position. Number 4 is Rising Again, is rising as well. 1-second applause. 5, Love Me Not, Raven Lenae. I think this is probably everybody in my community, people I talk to on a regular basis. They love this song. They love this video too. And I think we're all really excited for Raven Lenae and the success she's having. Last week, number 6, Peak Position number 5. 1-second applause. Number 6, Daisies, Justin Bieber. Last week, number 5, Peak Position number 2. 5 weeks on the chart. It's sliding a little bit, but still in the top 10. Return of Justin Bieber is here. 1-second applause. 7, Lose Control, Teddy Swims. Last week's number 9, Peak Position number 1, 104 weeks on the chart. 104 weeks on the chart. It's officially been out 2 years. And it's been in the top 10 pretty much that entire time. Okay, now this is another example of what I mean when we have this conversation about what happened to the song of the summer. And there's really just a lot of songs that have been out for a long time that people still love, that are still dominating the charts. And if you look at the macro level of what's happening in music, generally speaking, people love older music more than they love newer music. And I think there's a lot of different variables for that. One of which is there's a lot more competition for entertainment, generally speaking. There's people who are gamers, who are gaming all day. There's people who are heavy into social media and whatever's happening on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, wherever they go. There's people who are really big into music. There's also people who are very, very big into independent films or YouTube or whatever. Just the landscape of where people are getting their entertainment from has diversified significantly over the past 15, 20 years. And so when it comes to new music, particularly post-COVID, people don't even go outside post-COVID. People are scared to go outside. Young people don't even drink. So cracking these different spheres of influences, these different communities, is something that new songs are having more difficulty doing, unless it's major zeitgeist impacting events, not like us, for example, like last year's Battle, for example, or in this case, like a song like Teddy Swims' Lose Control, which is a sync licensing dream. We're just not seeing that much new music be as sticky as maybe we were used to at different points in our lives. Teddy Swim's Lose Control, incredible song. Still breaking records every time it shows up. Every week passes a new Teddy Swims record. They really should have put his face in that thumbnail. 1 second applause to Teddy Swims. Number 8, Just In Case, Ooh Yuck Gross. Number 9, a bar song, Tipsy, Shabuzi. Last week, number 10, peak position number 1, 70 weeks on the chart. This is, again, a big statement for Empire, a big statement for the evolution, I think, of country music, but also a big statement of what I continue to talk about with this rap country collaborations that we seem to see. Now, this is a reinterpretation, what do they call it? Interpolation? Maybe that's it. 1 second applause for maybe that's it. The Jaquan song, Everybody in the Club Get Tipsy, but this one hasn't gone anywhere, and I'm a big fan of Shabuzi and everything that's happening over there, so 1 second applause to Shabuzi. And number 10, Soda Pop, Soulja Boys, Andrew Choi, Neckwave, Danny Chung, Kevin Wu, and Samuel Lee. Last week, number 14, peak position number 10, 7 weeks on the chart. Also from K-Pop Demon Hunters. I imagine when this goes to theaters, now again, this is a select run, it's going to have even more of an impact on what we're seeing here on the charts. I wonder if Golden can get back to number 1, but 30% of the top 10 comes from this one movie. 1 second applause. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but there's no hip hop in the top 10 on the charts right now. And so we'll see what the rest of the year brings. There's a lot of big projects that are slated to come out. We'll see if they can crack on the songs level. As you noticed so far, we haven't seen anything from JID, for example, which was a big album last week. So we haven't seen him in the top 10. Let's see if he shows up in the rest of the Billboard Hot 100. Number 11, I'm the Problem. Yes, you are. Ooh Yuck Gross. Number 12, Die With A Smile, Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars. Number 13, Good News, Shabuzi. Last week, number 15, peak position 13, 38 weeks on the chart. Again, this song continues to rise. This is another peak. It's another example of what I've been talking about. I really believe wholeheartedly that if artists who are able to tap into the spirit of the age, the zeitgeist, that's what zeitgeist means, the spirit of the age, and really capture the emotions that we are feeling as interconnected humans all across the globe, they will have a lot of success. And this is one of those songs that is built for that. It's all about good news. It doesn't dive into any particular political leaning. It doesn't dive into any particular social situation that's happening. It's just a very powerful statement in my opinion. I've been a fan of this for a long time, about the fact that we all really just need some good news. And so I love that Shabuzi made this song. 1 second applause to Shabuzi. 14, How It's Done, Huntrix, EJ, Audrey Nuna, and Ray Ami. Last week, 19, peak position 14, 7 weeks on the chart. 1 second applause. Another one from K-Pop Demon Hunters. K-Pop Demon Hunters dominating the charts. 15, Man-Child, Sabrina Carpenter. 16, The Subway, Chapel Roan. Last week, 3, peak position 3, 2 weeks on the chart. It dropped 13 spots. So this is Chapel Roan's return. The video is real weird and funky. It takes place on the subway, among other places, but a lot of just odd things are taking place. It's very similar in theme to Sabrina Carpenter's Man-Child video. Just a lot of absurd situations that are taking place on a subway. With Sabrina Carpenter's case, it's absurd things that are taking place as she's hitchhiking on a road trip. A really weird scene in the Chapel Roan video, the subway, where she's laying down and like her hair is really big. She's laying down in a huge bed of her own hair and there's rats crawling all over it. I guess that's a statement on the state of rats in New York City. Wouldn't be New York without rats. Maybe that's not a good joke. But nevertheless, down 13 spots in number 16, The Subway, Chapel Roan. Number 17, up 3 spots, Mutt, Leon Thomas, said, baby, I'm a dog, I'm a mutt. Ooh, that song, man, I love it. Still gets even better. It's a great birthday song, too. I think I'm going to play that today. I haven't played that song in about 3 weeks. It's probably a good time to break out Leon Thomas's Mutt. Oh, the song makes you feel so good. Last week, number 20, peak position number 12, 28 weeks on the chart. 1 second applause to Leon Thomas. Number 18, Pink Pony Club, Chapel Roan. 19, Luther, Kendrick Lamar, and SZA. Last week, number 13, peak position number 1, 38 weeks on the charts. The only rap song, I would say, that's in the top 20. And it does have R&B leaning, so one of 3 R&B songs that we see in the top 20 here. Their success keeps rolling. Big shout out to Kendrick Lamar and SZA. 1 second applause. 20, Beautiful Things, Benson Boone. 21, I Had Some Help, Ooh Yuck Gross, featuring Ooh Yuck Gross. 22, I Get Better, Ooh Yuck Gross. 23, Birds of a Feather, Billie Eilish. 24, What It Sounds Like, Huntrix, EJ, Audrey Nuna, and Ray Ami. Last week, 25, peak position 24, 7 weeks on the chart. Another one from K-Pop Demon Hunters. It's funny, last week or this weekend, I was at Rhymefest LA. Big shout out to Rhymefest LA. 1 second applause. It's my favorite hip hop festival in Los Angeles. And I still think they have room to grow with that festival, but it takes place at the LA Coliseum where the Trojans play. And so I was walking up, big shout out to my homie, I was going to check the festival with, and we were walking and we kind of got confused because there was a huge line that was wrapped around a different direction, but it was in the same area as the LA Coliseum. Well, if you've been over there, you know that the BMO Stadium is right next to the LA Coliseum, and the BMO Stadium is where LAFC plays. And so there was a whole K-pop event, whole K-pop concert happening right next door at the same time as a massive hip hop festival. And I just thought that was so 2025. I loved everything about it. It's one of those things that you really get a chance to appreciate quite a bit in Los Angeles and in Southern California, because Southern California, they do concerts, they do shows, they do festivals like no place I've ever lived. I think it's built for that, obviously, with the weather, but also I think it's built like that culturally. There's amphitheaters all over here, and it's a really great place to celebrate all the art and culture that's here in California. But this weekend, there was a whole bunch of K-pop going on and a whole bunch of rapping. 1 second applause. Number 25, Free, Rummy, Genu, EJ, and Andrew Choi. Last week, 27, peak position 25, 7 weeks on the chart. Also from K-pop Demon Hunters. 1 second applause. 26, Takedown, Huntrix, EJ, Audrey Nuna, and Ray Ami. Last week, 29, peak position 26, 7 weeks in the chart. Also from K-pop Demon Hunters. 1 second applause. 27, Yukon, Justin Bieber. Last week, 32, peak position 17, 5 weeks on the chart. 1 second applause to Justin Bieber. 28, Mystical Magical, Benson Boone. 29, Sorry I'm Here for Someone Else, Benson Boone. 30, Undressed Somber. 31, Backup, Bailey Zimmerman and Luke Combs. I'm sorry, this Backup Plan, Bailey Zimmerman and Luke Combs. 32, Back to Friends, Somber. Now, these somber tracks that are going crazy right now, Somber just announced his upcoming project is on the way. We talked about this last week on the chart report. A kid from New York dropped out of school to pursue his music dreams, and everything is working out. And it looks like, you know, he is poised to have a big splash when his project does release. 1 second applause to Somber. 33, It Depends, Chris Brown featuring Bryson Tiller. Last week, 34, peak position 33. 3 weeks on the chart, moved up another spot. I saw the craziest picture. And, you know, one, I don't think anyone should ever doubt Chris Brown and the impact and the celebrity that he is and the cultural maven he's proven to be over the course of his career. His tours are selling out something crazy, and they all look like incredible experiences when I look at them online. But Chris Brown apparently got paid $2,000 during one of his fan meet and greets. He's been doing these personal meet and greets with fans at his shows, and it can get pretty intimate. And in this picture, there is him pulling the panties off of a woman in a dress, and she is posed like it's Vogue. You know what I mean? She's not like geeking out. She is posed like, that's why she went to the Chris Brown show, to give him $2,000 to get this picture of Breezy taking off her panties. It went super viral. I'm not going to show it here, but that just came to mind when I think about this new song with Chris Brown and Bryson Tiller. It Depends. 1 second applause. 34, All the Way, Big X The Plug featuring Bailey Zimmerman. Last week, 31, peak position 4, 19 weeks on the chart. I love this song again. We talk about this quite a bit. This song was actually in the top 10 at one point in time. This might be the lowest. Oh, yeah, I think this is the lowest it's been on the charts at any point in time. And this is another rap country collaboration. Now, Big X The Plug is going all in on this, as he should. I think his voice resonates really well. He's got the perfect voice for Texas. For a Texas rapper, his voice is perfect. And two, I think, again, there's a lot of cultural similarities between, you know, everyone in the South when it comes to Black music from the South and country music. And truthfully, country music is Black music too. But even between hip hop and country, there's a lot of cultural parallels where I think these songs, these collaborations come across really effective in 2025. Also saw this thing on Big X The Plug. He did an interview on Complex talking about how his song, The Largest, was written by someone on his team. The whole song was. And now, I talk about this all the time. Collaborative writing is not something that I'm ever surprised about in the music industry. Again, if you're trying to compete on the charts, a lot of times you need a lot of help. Second, two, if he's trying to make boss moves and get his artists some better looks or opportunities, perhaps that's a way to do it. But I was really disappointed in seeing that because I love Big X The Plug's pen. I love his voice. I love his storytelling. And now it's real questions about who's writing what for Big X the Plug. So no doubt about it.
Tomato.
Regardless, but big fan of Big X the Plug. Now there's a lot of questions around this pen. Interesting backstory on that. Let me know if you think I should do a separate video on that when it comes to Big X the Plug. I couldn't believe I was sitting there watching him say that, and again, we're in this era where I personally think all artists are pretty easily replaced with all this AI. I said the same thing about Chief Baby Do It, saying he wrote his raps with Chat GPT. This is the landscape to erase yourself in ways we've never seen before. And so now you got people out here talking about they're not even the ones writing their songs, particularly in rap. And then in the case of Chief Baby Do It, he's out here saying he's using Chat GPT. And it's just a bunch of front men running around. So again,
tomato.
But big shout out to Big X the Plug and Billy Zimmerman and the song All the Way. I'm a big fan of this song. 1 second applause. 35, After the Bars Are Closed, Thomas Rhett. 36, Blue Strips, Jesse Murph. 37, 30 for 30, SZA with Kendrick Lamar. Last week, 36, peak position number 10, 34 weeks on the chart. 1 second applause. 38, Burning Blue, Mariah the Scientist. Last week, 35, peak position 25, 15 weeks on the chart. This song is sticky, 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 as Tyler, the Creator, once said. Big fan of Mariah the Scientist and this song, Burning Blue. 1 second applause. 39, Happened to Me, Russell Dickerson. 40, Worst Way, Riley Green. 41, APT, Rose and Bruno Mars. 42, Folded, Kehlani. Last week, 46, peak position 42, 9 weeks on the chart. 1 second applause to Kehlani. She is rising through all the drama that had landed on her for being a good person. For being a good person and standing up for people. That's one of my favorite Lupe lines of all time. I'm a part of the problem. My problem is I'm peaceful and I believe in the people. And that's what Kehlani was doing. And now she's rising through the ashes. I love that for her. 1 second applause. 43, What Did I Miss? Ooh, yuck, Drake. Last week, 40, peak position 2, 6 weeks on the chart. 44, Love Somebody, ooh, yuck, gross. 45, Nokia, ooh, yuck, Drake. Last week, 42, peak position 2, 26 weeks on the chart. Given things that have come out in this legal filing, ooh, yuck, Drake, I was reluctant. And I actually think it might be time to just go full ooh, yuck, gross on Drake. I just think that him over here searching for information about Dave Free and his relationship with Kendrick's kids in legal filings is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's way too far. He's playing with some really crazy stuff. And so let me know if you think it's time to go ooh, yuck, Drake or ooh, yuck, gross. 46, new entrant, Just Say That, Gunna. 1 second applause. Debuts at number 46 on the chart. We'll see him on the Billboard 200 in a little bit here. Let me know what you think about this song or what you think about Gunna's project. I'll be honest, when I listened to this new Gunna, it felt like someone who's on his last album as part of his deal. It felt like someone who's saving probably the best stuff for his next situation. That's why I haven't talked about it too much on this channel. But let me know what you guys think about it. Big shout out to Gunna. 1 second applause. 47, Back in the Saddle, Luke Combs. 48, Miami, ooh, yuck, gross, featuring Lil Wayne and Rick Ross. Last week, 39, peak position 21, 6 weeks on the chart. This is a song that's basically dissing Miami with a guy from Miami on the song. That's how I take it. Now, you know me and ooh, yuck, gross. I don't like nothing that this guy stands for or talks about. But this is another example of the collaborations that we're seeing between country and hip hop. 49, Hell at Night, Big X the Plug and Ella Langley, new entrant. 1 second applause. And this is another rap country crossover. So Big X the Plug has found a lane and he is dominating that lane. He is sticking to it. Let me know what you think about all this. Is he overplaying his hand? I think that we're still early on what the possibilities could bring between these two genres collaborating. I personally do. I still think there's a little time before we're on the other side of that bell curve. But he has found where he's living. And the largest is living in country right now. 50, Better Me for You, Brown Eyes, Max McNown. 51, Bottle Rocket, Scott McCree and Hootie and the Blowfish. Last week, 55, peak position 51, 8 weeks on the chart. I love this. It's an interpolation of the classic Hootie and the Blowfish song, Hold My Hand, which I love. So 1 second applause for this song. 52, 20 Cigarettes, ooh, yuck, gross. 53, Sugar on My Tongue, Tyler, the Creator. Last week, 70, peak position 41, 4 weeks on the chart. 1 second applause. 54, 6 months later, Megan Maroney. 55, No Broke Boys, Disco Lines, and Tinashe. Last week, 67, peak position 55, 5 weeks on the chart. Looks like Tinashe got her another one. 1 second applause. 56, Wildflower, Billie Eilish. 57, Amen, Shabuzi and Jelly Roll. Last week, 61, peak position 56, 16 weeks on the chart. Every time, I love this again because this is another example of hip hop and country coming closer together. Two former rappers now who have both made it big in country music. We've never seen this before. 1 second applause. 58, Eternity, Alex Warren. 59, Outside, Cardi B. Last week, 57, peak position 10, 8 weeks on the chart. 1 second applause to Cardi B. We'll be looking next week to see where her version of Imaginary Players lands on the chart. Getting mixed reactions. It's so funny. Half of you guys were so mad at me for saying it's getting mixed reactions in the story I did about it yesterday. And people were mad because I said it was mixed reactions, and people were saying, well, it's not mixed reactions, it's negative reactions. And then there was another group that was mad that I said it was mixed reactions because they said it was actually getting positive reactions with their fans. Now, to me, that's the definition of mixed reactions. But let me know if I'm reaching on that. 1 second applause to Cardi B. 60, Takedown, Zhang Yang, Gio, and Shay Young of Twice. 61, Your Way's Better, Forrest Frank. 62, Strategy, Twice. Last week, 69, peak position 62, 4 weeks on the chart. I've been talking about this song because the one version I continue to listen to is the one that has Megan Thee Stallion on it. And apparently this is the one without Megan Thee Stallion. One of you cleared this up in the comment section last week, so I appreciate you for doing that. 1 second applause to them regardless. 63, I Ain't Coming Back, Ill Yuck Gross, featuring Ill Yuck Gross. 64, House Again, Hudson Westbrook. 65, Shake It to the Max Fly, Molly, Silent Alley, Skillabang, and Shenzia. Last week, 59, peak position 44, 13 weeks on the chart. Shout out to Caribbean Rhythms all over the world. 1 second applause. 66, Just Keep Watching, Tate McRae. 67, Which One? Ill Yuck Drake and Central C. Last week, 48, peak position 23, 3 weeks on the chart, and it's just collapsing. Every week, this song's just collapsing and falling and collapsing. It loses like 20 spots a week. No stickiness to this at all because it is not good. It is, I'm not going to say it's bad, but it's aggressively mid, particularly for Ill Yuck Drake's catalog. I mean, this one almost feels like he wrote it in his sleep. So, 68, Forever Be Mine, Gunna featuring WizKid. New entrant. 1 second applause to Gunna. The button didn't work when I first pressed it, but it worked, so we figured it out. 69, Fix What You Didn't Break, Nate Smith. 70, Sock Passe, Gunna. New entrant. 1 second applause. 71, Bar None, Jordan Davis. 72, At My Purest, Gunna featuring Offset. New entrant. 1 second applause. 73, So Far, So Fake, Pierce the Veil. 74, Jump Blackpink. 75, Party For You, Charlie XCX. 76, Re-Entry, Gabriella, Cat's Eye. Peak position 76, 4 weeks on the chart, so it jumped back in. I'm not sure where it was before, but I feel like that last week should have a number by it since it is a re-entry. But there are a few glitches that I see in this new Billboard charts. You know, they've redesigned their webpage here. And, you know, honestly, I like the last one better. You know, for example, this Cat's Eye re-entry, if it's re-entering, it should show where it was the last time it was on the charts. Maybe there's a reason for that. But two, when you see this Party For You, Charlie XCX, for example, with this down arrow, it used to tell you how many spots it fell. And now it no longer does that. They want you to do the math, which is fine, but it's not fine for everybody. I think we know, especially out here in America, there's a lot of people who there's a lot of just necessary life skills that they haven't picked up. So I'm not sure the reasoning for that either. Maybe they were just going for a cleaner design, but the other one had better information in my opinion. 77, Superman, Ew, Yuck, Gross. 78, Ring, 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 Tyler, the Creator. Last week, 58, peak position 44, 4 weeks on the chart. 1 second applause. 79, Cliche, MGK, re-entry, peak position 62, 5 weeks on the chart. So perhaps this answers the question I had with the last one. So let's see, Cat's Eye, Gabriella, peak position was 76. So maybe this is a new peak. And when it comes to MGK, his peak position was 62 because that's where this song was. And now that it's re-entry, it's re-entering at 79. So perhaps that's what it is. Maybe I misinterpreted that first one. But this is off of MGK's new project, which we will see on the Billboard 200. And this is, again, a very cliche song. He did this on purpose. He went back to late 90s, early 2000 boy bands and sort of went into that phase. Say what you want about MGK, but he's a very talented person who has a lot of respect A lot of respect for hip hop and hip hop culture, which is where he started. He's never flipped the script and dissed it. There was a conversation I saw him having a few weeks ago where he said he turned down a role on Sinners because he didn't want to say the N-word. 1 second applause to MGK. I respect that. 80, let that sink in. Gunna, new entrant. 1 second applause. 81, Bowery, Zach Bryan featuring Kings of Leon. 82, Somewhere Over Laredo, Lainey Wilson. 83, Marlboro Rojo, Freja Regida. 84, Revolving Door, Tate McRae. 85, Don't Mind If I Do, Riley Green featuring Ella Langley. 86, Lost, Bailey Zimmerman and the Kid Leroy, new entrant. 1 second applause. This is another rap country collaboration. I don't think the Kid Leroy is rap, even though I wouldn't necessarily put him in terms of like the type of rap that probably most of you all listen to. But this is another rap country collaboration. So Bailey Zimmerman, who's also on the Big X, has a collaboration with Big X The Plug, said, yo, let's give it a shot with Kid Leroy. You see what I mean? We're going to see a lot of this. 87, GP, Gunna, new entrant. 1 second applause. 88, Rather Lie, Playboy Carti and The Weeknd, last week number 80, peak position 4, 22 weeks on the chart. 1 second applause. 89, Nice to Meet You, my man Miles Smith, last week 83, peak position 82, 10 weeks on the chart. I really love this song. I hope it continues to rise. It's been hanging in the 80s pretty much the entire time, but we'll see what happens with it. Miles Smith is really talented, really, really talented, and I think everyone should go check out his music when you get a chance. 1 second applause. 90, EOO, Bad Bunny, last week 86, peak position 24, 30 weeks on the chart. This is off of Tiara Mas Photos, his love letter to Puerto Rico. We've talked about this all year. And this is another example of regional rap or regional music. I guess you call it regional rap because he is a rapper too. But regional music returning. And I talked about this the other day. Imaginary Players from Cardi B is another example. Chance the Rapper's Project's another example. So we're now seeing a trend line here. Maybe we're in breakdown territory. Let me know. 1 second applause. 91, Francia Darrez de la Sierra. 92, Sparks, Coldplay. 93, Country Song Came On, Luke Bryan. 94, WGFT, Gunna featuring Burna Boy. New entrant. 1 second applause. 95, Napoleon, Suicide Boys. Last week 54, peak position 54, 2 weeks on the chart. 1 second applause. Yeah, I mean, I really like this project. I really like this Suicide Boys project that they just dropped. They have a super cult following. And whenever they drop, it's always a big deal because their audience has been that engaged for this long. And so they'll always drop a new project before they go on tour, is what I'm being told. Thank you for providing additional information on Suicide Boys in the comment sections. 1 second applause again. 96, Hard Fought Hallelujah, Brandon Lake and Jelly Roll. Last week, 87, peak position 40, 26 weeks on the chart. 1 second applause. 97, Tennessee, Ooh Yuck Gross. 98, Went Legit, G Herbo, still on the charts, hanging on. I like this. Last week, 89, peak position 81, 6 weeks on the chart. 1 second applause. 99, new entrant, Gunna, Many Nights. 1 second applause. And 100, Typa, Glorilla, hanging on. My Type of Song, last week, 92, peak position 42, 9 weeks on the chart. 1 second applause. All right, let's go over and check the Billboard 200. What's happening on the Billboard 200? Back at number 1, I'm the Problem, Yes You Are, Ill Yuck Gross. Number 2, K-Pop Demon Hunter Soundtrack. Last week, number 2, peak position number 2, 8 weeks on the chart. I really wanted to get the number one spot. I think this is a really cool media story all around, to be honest. 1 second applause. Number 3, Last One, Gunna. So Gunna came in at number 3. Let me know what you think about this project again. 1 second applause to Gunna. Number 4, Lost Americana, MGK. So that is the concept around this project that we were talking about. There's been a few MGK songs on the charts over the past few weeks. We saw this week, Cliché re-entered the charts. If you've heard this project, let me know. I haven't heard it. I've seen videos and I've seen his social campaign that's been around in his conversations, but I haven't really sunk into the music. Let me know, and let me know if you're an MGK fan. 1 second applause. 5, You'll Be All Right, Kid, Alex Warren, last week 6, peak position 5, 38 weeks on the chart. 1 second applause. 6, Greetings from Your Hometown, Jonas Brothers, new entrant. 1 second applause. 7, Swag, Justin Bieber, last week number 5, peak position number 2, 5 weeks on the chart. 1 second applause. Number 8, One Thing at a Time, Ooh Yuck Gross. Number 9, Metal 4th, Baby Metal, new entrant. 1 second applause. Number 10, SOS SZA, still in the top 10, or back in the top 10, rather. Last week, number 8. Peak position number 1, 140 weeks on the chart. 1 second applause. And number 11, God Does Like Ugly, JID. New entrant. 1 second applause. So JID came in debuting at number 11. Let me know if you're surprised by this and if you're still really into this JID project. I'm a fan of the project. I'm definitely a fan of the project. And I'm actually surprised that the project only came in at number 11. I felt like this might be his time to break into the top 10. And so he didn't do it this time. So let me know what you think about this. 1 second applause. Number 12, Different Night, Same Rodeo, Bailey Zimmerman. The album finally came out. New entrant. 1 second applause. 13, Short and Sweet, Sabrina Carpenter. 14, Willoughby Tucker, I'll Always Love You, Ethel Cain. New entrant. 1 second applause. 15, Debbie Tiar, Mas Photos, Bad Bunny. 16, Dangerous, the double album, Ooh Yuck Gross. 17, The Kingdom Comes, Suicide Boys. Last week, 4, peak position 4, 2 weeks on the chart. 1 second applause. 18, The Tortured Poets Department, Taylor Swift. Last week, 27, peak position number 1, 69 weeks on the chart. 1 second applause. I wonder if this got a boost because she announced that she has another album coming. And so here comes Taylor Swift to dominate the charts for as long as this run goes. She's gonna put a lot of money in a lot of music people's pockets with this one here. 1 second applause to Taylor Swift. 19, The Rise and Fall of the Midwest Princess, Chaperone. And 20, Where I've Been Isn't Where I'm Going, Shabuzi. 1 second applause to Shabuzi. If you're curious where some of our favorites are, Some Sexy Songs for You, Party Next Door, and Ooh Yuck Drake is at number 26. GNX is at number 27. And Clips has fallen to number 65. So last week they were 17, peak position 4, 5 weeks on the chart. They're now at number 65. Great run. They're still on tour. I'm going to be checking them out. I love everything about this project, and I still think Malice is the MC of the year. So let me know what you guys think about the charts this week. Let me know if there's anything that I missed or anything that I got wrong. My name is Justin Hunt. Like and subscribe to the channel. Follow at The Company Man on everything, including The Company Man podcast, wherever you listen to podcasts. It's all happening.
Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. The mathematical breakdown of this mighty game of rap we in. It's boom bapping. Systematical culture views, it's radical, it's all happening. Shaking hands and dapping it. Life through the lens of hip hop, from trip hop to yes, dog, you don't stop, you don't stop. Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. It's all happening, yes, it's all happening. Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. It's all happening, yes, it's all happening.